everyone, welcome back to Alpha Art Gallery's Meeting the Artist series. My name is Si Wang, and I'm here with RitaMarie Cimini, who is an exhibiting artist for the New Brunswick Art Salon Oil and Mixed Media exhibition. Hi, RitaMarie, how are you today?
I'm good to see you. Thank you for this interview today.
I had the pleasure of seeing your works for the exhibition before it started. I'm fascinated by the colors in your paintings. Can you tell us about your background and how you got started in painting?
Oh, well, I got two Bachelor of Science degrees in college, one in biology, one in psychology, because my family thought that art was not a good career choice. And
Oh,
immediately following that, I went to art school for a couple of years. And then I took a year working at Children's Hospital in the clinical lab and painting. And then I went and got my master's degree from Bennington College in Vermont. Following
thank
that, I
you.
moved to New York City and I
Mhm.
was painting and trying to make a career. And then I got married and started working part-time or even full-time. And so the art sort of took a back seat for a bit. And then I had a child. And then as the child got older, I started being able to put some time into painting. And I've been painting full time now for 7 years, I guess. But I was painting and showing during that time frame that I was talking about, where I wasn't completely full time.
Understand. Thank you. Any specific artists, movements, or experiences that have inspired your work, like in any phrases of your experience?
Well, color is very important to me, as is surface and texture. This is a painting of mine behind me here, and that's another one that's my studio behind, in the room behind. So of course, Matisse and Cezanne, important to everybody who's a painter. Diebenkorn, oh, off the top of my head, Helen Frankenthaler. I still feel like I'm playing catch up to Helen Frankenthaler, the way she used color and shapes. Um, and of course, my master's degree is from Bennington College, which is where Helen studied as an undergrad. Bennington College is a bastion of formalism, or was when I was there. And because surface is important to me, formalism is important to me. And because I believe paintings, like music, should communicate to people in ways that words do not, again, I'm right in there. But because I think paintings should have some impact on people, that they should carry some meaning, although not but via text, I'm not really in the formalist school anymore. And so in my career, I've gone back and forth with paintings that were always abstract, but going from the abstracted, something that has references to things in our everyday life, to abstract to the point of non-objective, which is where formalism is, right? That there should be no reference to any object whatsoever. My paintings typically do not have references to objects, but sometimes they do. And I want to communicate with people in a language that they understand. So I use a lot of common sort of references for inspiration: sky and water and nature, you know. So behind me, this is not, this is part of a series called Breathing. and I'm not going to be able to get the whole painting in, but I can't get the whole painting in. They're about lightness, light breaking through darkness. They're about breathing. And I've had a number of people, the series was 10 pieces in all. And as it was developing, I had a number of people come in and say, "Oh, I feel the breath," or "I feel like lungs. Does that make any sense to you?" And so I called it breathing because, I mean, people would stand in front of them and do a deep inhale. In fact, this is called inspire, respire. So there you go.
Wow, thank you. And I think you kind of answered the next question. I was want to ask, do you have a unified inspiration or direction for the works in your painting? But you can also, if you want to add more answers or
Well, I think and something that's in my artist statement is very important. I have had a meditation practice for, it's close to 40 years now. And in this meditation practice, what I'm trying to do is enter into stillness to stop all the chatter in my mind and to sort of open myself to the divine that I believe lives within each of us, right? And because I'm trying to touch divinity, because I'm trying to increase the expression of divinity within my life, the painting is also the same expression, right? I hope that when visitors stand in front of my paintings, that they're touched in some way, that they are taken out of the everydayness, the busyness of everybody's life, right? And brought to a moment of uh, otherworldliness, perhaps stillness, perhaps peace, but something beyond the chatter that we all have in our brains, right? Constantly from everything going on around us. And even if you stop everything that goes on around you, if you close your eyes and stop listening, then you start noticing how your brain chatters on and on and on. So I'm hoping that my paintings have that impact on people. And in fact, one of my cherished memories is from an opening that was fairly well attended, no sales whatsoever, so very disappointing in that way. But there was a person who attended who knew me slightly and heard me talking about the opening and asked about it. And so he came and he stood in front of one of my paintings. And as he stood there, he like filled up with tears. He didn't cry, but he filled up. He was so moved. And that meant so much to me. It is a cherished memory.
wow, definitely. So does this inspiration and influence of like practicing meditation affect your choice of style or techniques in artistic expression?
Well, again, I think the my paintings should be appreciated similarly to music. I do sometimes do very representational. In 2016, the end of 2016, I actually did a series of sky paintings. There were very much sky paintings. Anybody looking at them knew that this was sky and clouds, and but I was really chasing beauty. And a lot of people looking at my work have said, "Oh, they talk about how colorful they are." A lot of people talk about beauty, and I'm happy because I'm thinking that that's a good thing for people to be bringing into their life.
Understand. And I've seen your work exhibit in a number of galleries in New Jersey. So how do you feel connected to the New Jersey art community?
I lived in New Jersey until 3 years ago. I'm in Delaware now. I lived
Oh,
in
close.
Caldwell. I lived in Caldwell, which is near Montclair. I was a member of Studio Montclair. I was a board member at Studio Montclair for 3 years. I was the president of Studio Montclair. And Studio Montclair had been around for, at that point, about 15, 16 years, but it had no physical footprint. We showed wherever. And while I was president, first we acquired a gallery that we pay rent for, which we still own. And then there was another gallery that we used that we transformed into a space for emerging artists. It's hallways in a commercial building. And then we opened another gallery, which has since closed, but now there's another gallery that's open. So that was a real loss when I moved here, that I didn't have the artists community anymore. The flip side of that is I'm in the Brandywine Valley. It's absolutely beautiful here, so beautiful. And so it really feeds me.
Wow. I wish I could see. So,
Yeah.
is there anything you would like to say to the audience regarding to your paintings in this exhibition? How do you want them to see your paintings? How do you want them to feel about your paintings?
Well, so I will say this about my paintings. They are built up in layers, very often very thin layers, very like glazes. And I think there is often an immediate impact with the paintings, many of them, like this one behind me, quite dramatic. But if you rest with the painting, you come to see more and more. And that is my intention in the painting. I want, when someone brings a painting into their house, that, and they live with it, that they will continue to see new things. As the light changes in the room, they will see new things. On a given day when they're feeling happy or sad or stressed or joyful, they will see different things because of what they're bringing to the painting. To me, the person standing in front of the painting finishes the work that I began with oil paint.
Wow, it's wonderful. Thank you. Well, RitaMarie, thank you so much for being here with us today. We can't wait to see your work at our exhibition titled Color and Texture: Anthologies of Artistry, which will be unveiled from August 27th to October 19th, 2024. Thank you again and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to show. And thank you for this interview. You've been very delightful. Thank you.
Thank you.